true. Actually, I'm getting a lot of reflection on my glasses. Oh, I always go blank. Welcome to another episode of Betwixt the Real. Tonight, I went and saw Underwater with Kristen Stewart from Twilight, and actually, which I didn't know was in it, the French guy from Ocean's 12. You ever seen Ocean's 12?
No.
Anyway, he's in it. And he's a pretty good actor. The captain.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you know him from anything else.
No, I've never seen him before.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He looked like the black bloke from Mike and Molly, but that was just because of his eyes.
Oh, okay. Anyway, don't know his name. That's what he's been in. It's a underwater horror film. A bit, actually, it had a lot of feeling like Aliens. Like
Yeah, it was very alien inspired.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Dead Space, except underwater instead of in space.
Yeah, definitely. And the suits reminded me a lot of Gears of War.
They were like Space Marines.
Yeah, like big, bulky sort of. But it made sense because they were so far under the water that the pressure, they needed suits like that to. I thought it was outstanding.
Yeah, I really liked it.
Considering it didn't have any. I didn't see it anywhere. I didn't see it on the telly. I didn't hear it on the radio. I haven't.
No, I want to Google it a bit because I haven't heard anything about it, any talk about it or nothing.
No, not at all. And like I said, considering the week before we saw The Grudge, and then that was the trailer there. That was the first time we saw the trailer, and then all of a sudden it's out. We're a bit late. Obviously, it came out last Friday, didn't it? But there was so much going on the weekend that we didn't get a chance to go see it. But I'm glad, like, that was one I'm so glad I saw at the cinema, because the atmosphere.
There were a lot of quiet moments.
And because it was so dark and everything, obviously the cinema was quite dark as well, like, it was just, I was in the moment. And water is terrifying. Especially when you're down at that depth and, like, you can't see nothing. It's just, and you think as well, it's like being in a plane, isn't it? Like, you've got no control over, if anything goes wrong, that's it, you're fucked. I mean, you know what I mean? They put in plans to, but like water's the worst because water just crushes. You know what I mean? Like there's not like, at least if you're in a plane, you've got like parachutes. You can get out and fall into water, and you know water could shoot up your bumhole and disintegrate your insides. But with water, that's it. A certain depth, you get out. Like you can't even get out and just shoot up to it because the pressure would just pop you.
Yeah, you need one of those escape pods that they try to get in.
What do they call it? The bends or something. If you come up from diving too quick, you get air bubbles, like in your blood.
Your veins.
Yeah. I'm sure it's called like the bends or something. And if you get it, that's it. You can't dive anymore if you survive it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because there was a really good film years ago called was it called Sanctum? Which wasn't like. It was a horror film, but it wasn't like this, where there was a creature or something in the deep. It was like a load of people got stuck in a cave, and they had to go in deeper and out, but they didn't have tanks, they had to do it live. And that
that sounds good.
Yeah, it was really good actually. I have to send you a thing. Yeah, I'm sure it's called Sanctum. But this was a lot like, obviously you're stuck in the water and stuff, but there was a creature, and I thought the trailer showed too much, but it didn't. Like, there's going to be spoilers now from now on, so if you don't want to see any more, the film's good. Go see it at the cinema. But in the trailer, it looked like a person, didn't it? Like
it didn't really show much in the trailer. It was only like its face.
But it was enough, yeah, to make it. I was thinking it was gonna be like Prometheus. It was some sort of like godly man, like that was trapped. Like
because it had like weird legs and arms.
It had weird. It looked like was it Pirates of the Caribbean with his face?
Oh, Davy Jones.
Yeah, that's it. It looked like that. But that's what it was, wasn't it? It was like a kraken.
Yeah, it was weird. I thought they were like mermaids, supposed to be mermaids at one point, or like some sort of, like if they tunnelled into Atlantis or some bollocks like that.
That's what I was worried, like when it had that sort of like man look to it in the trailer.
Because they had like weird like arms and legs with like the things going between, like ducks have, whatever they are. The webbing.
Oh yeah, webbing, yeah. But they didn't have like
weird.
legs.
And that part where it like tried to swallow that woman, that part was weird.
Tried to eat her whole, but then I suppose that's they've taken sort of some of the creatures from that depth. I think that's what they do, don't they? There's that fish that has the light.
Yeah.
And that literally just opens and just like eats the whole thing whole. So I suppose that's where they got the sort of idea, didn't they? But it was sort of weird. I thought they were obviously trying to hint at it, where when they go to get the suits, there's paintings of like the Kraken and
the painting she was looking at. That's
Yeah.
what made me think if it was like.
But it was
mermaid. Or
it was
something.
odd. The paintings were exactly like the actual creature at one point. You know, like the streams of sort of like tentacles hanging. Like that was in the picture. I thought to myself, that doesn't make sense because
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe it was supposed to be like the Greeks found them or something. Because I mean, like Atlantis is supposed to be Greek or Roman or whatever.
Yeah, I see what you mean. I just thought it was a bit of a weird sort of, but I like the way this camera's annoying me. Sorry, it's like I'm right this. It was like straight in.
Yeah.
Like the whole film was, there was no pissing about or like, there was a little bit of like unnecessary story. Like you didn't need to know about what happened to her mister, and you didn't need to know. Like the only person you wanted to know about was the bartender from Deadpool. What did you say his name was?
T.J. Miller.
Like, because he had like tattoos on his chest and he carried a bunny and he was like off his nut.
Yeah, I don't know what the bloody other rabbit was with. For.
Yeah, but they didn't explain any of that. But you got rubbish, and Sam was ex's best mate or something, and you even got like the captain's 14-year-old daughter story. But nothing about him.
No, I can't. I'm just trying to think.
No, they just said he's crazy, didn't they? They just said he's nutter. He was a nutter. But I think he added to it. I think because obviously you're underwater, you go a bit mental. So maybe that's what he was there for.
Yeah, the comic relief.
Yeah, to show you that.
I thought they would have kept her around longer though.
But it was a pretty fucking cool death though. Like watching that, it was very fucking cool.
It was like all the deaths was bloody like their pressure's going and just exploding.
See, I thought his one was when it broke the suit. I thought that was the pressure like popping him.
Oh, it's like in space, isn't it? Where if you get like a little cut, your body just gets sucked out through that cut.
Yeah, and they were
That's what that was. It gets sucked out through his leg.
Yeah,
Oh,
I thought he was just inside it. Just that bit as well. Before that, with the guy with his face cracked, that was pretty impressive. Now, people, they don't do enough underwater things like that.
No.
You know what I mean? It is always in like space, which is not. I fucking love space, but
the only sort of like I can only think of BioShock when I think of underwater stuff.
And like I said, that Sanctum, but that wasn't about creatures. That was a natural sort of like they got stuck. It was raining, and then obviously you have got like no, not Space Odyssey. There is another one, and then you got shark stuff, and you're like Deep Blue Sea. You've seen Deep Blue Sea, right? Where they're underwater. It's got Samuel L. Jackson in it. They're experimenting on sharks, and then the sharks start attacking the.
No.
Have you not seen Deep Blue Sea? It's got the best bit where they're like the guy that plays the Punisher is in it. What's his name?
The bloke from Walking Dead.
No, the first Punisher one. Thomas Jane.
The way back one.
Yeah, and he's up on the edge of the thing, and he's taking a piss, and the guy turns around and goes, "That describes our whole situation here." And the guy, Samuel Jackson's what, and he goes pissing in the wind, and you see it come out, and it goes into his face. It's absolutely fucking quality film. It's got is it LL Cool J or whatever, the rapper?
God
He's
knows.
in it. He's a chef. He's got a parrot. He's trying to save the parrot. Seriously, it's like if anyone watches this video, they'll be outraged that you haven't seen Deep Blue Sea in your review of films. Just to say. Anyway, yeah. They don't do enough films like this. Like I said, the best horror films I think are ones that are close to you can imagine yourself. You couldn't imagine obviously Cthulhu or whatever coming out of the water, but being underwater and being trapped, you get that sort of sense of like fuck, that'd be fucking terrifying, like to have that happen to you. I think that adds to it. It doesn't make it ridiculous. Like Alien is ridiculous, isn't it? Really, it's scary, but it's ridiculous. Like you wouldn't imagine being in a spaceship with an alien, but being trapped in a, sure, why not? You know what I mean,
bloody.
you could be. I mean, I don't know. Couldn't think of a situation where me and you would be in it. You could go to Florida. They do submarine things. You go under the water in a little submarine. Yeah, you could get trapped in one of those. You fucked, didn't you? But I thought the creatures were good. It did have a very, very big, like game feel to it. Like the suits felt like gears, and the creatures felt like I've seen them before. They were in a, I'm sure in a game, because they had like the arms that like spread out, and then they just had like a tail. I've seen that somewhere.
They had legs, didn't they?
No, I'm sure it was just a tail,
This
wasn't it?
one they had legs. Because that, like the part where it was eating that woman, I swear you could see its legs pointing down. It was like hunched over.
That was its arms.
Well, because it had its arms around it, and it was like,
No, it just had them hanging out, and it was like eating her.
dunno.
I'm sure it just had like a tail.
I mean, big fuck off Cthulhu had arms and legs.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, you got a pretty good view of him. But at one point, I was hoping that you didn't see him, or not him. I like the creatures and stuff. I think sometimes it's nice to imagine what it looked like. I think sometimes when you see it, especially like, well, more in when it's people.
Actually, it did have legs, because I remember when she's looking at that computer screen where it shows that they're going after the escape pods, there was a little like hologram of it.
Oh,
like
okay.
3D hologram, and it was
Yeah,
like
I know what
some
you
big
mean.
thing, like just standing there.
Oh, okay.
The only,
think I've seen
the only
it
thing
before.
I could think that they looked like was there was a monster in Silent Hill Downpour that sort of looked like them, but they were like bats. So
It
they
just
weren't
had a
really-
very sort of familiar,
and they looked
like bits and
fucking
bobs to
nasty.
it. Yeah. I don't know. It was definitely a very good. Like, I'd quite happily watch that again and again, and buy it. Probably, I probably will buy it when it comes out. Most definitely.
Yeah.
I'd recommend seeing that at cinema, and I don't think it's gonna be out for very much longer either, because it's already been a
Yeah,
week,
I
and there's
dunno.
only 2 showings each night.
I don't know. It's a shame that they didn't advertise it more, because it was a really good film.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep an eye out for the right director, and I'm quite enjoying Stewart from Twilight. She's
That wasn't the woman from Charlie's Angels, was
Yeah.
it? Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. I see. I thought Charlie's Angels was alright. You
Well,
didn't.
when she's not doing shit, she's pretty good, because she was really good in there.
And I quite liked her in Zafira as well when she was younger. The
who's
Space Jumanji.
Who the hell does she play in that?
The sister.
I can't even remember the sister.
Yeah, she was frozen. She got frozen.
Oh, the older sister.
Yeah. She
Oh,
got frozen
God.
for like 2 turns or something, or 3 turns, and then got defrosted. Yeah,
Oh.
she was quite good. And then she did Twilight, and that was just an abomination. But it made her a lot of money. Well, I think she's doing better now. That was definitely like one of her good ones. She
I
was,
really liked that.
She was really good in that.
Oh, yeah, I liked her.
But we recommend going to see it at the cinema. If you don't get a chance, because obviously it's quite late, definitely buy it, download it, wait for Netflix. That's definitely one you got to see.
Since Alien's not doing shit all now,
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, that is very close. If you're a massive fan of Aliens, that had a real good feel to it.
It's
Same
like a
as-
spiritual successor.
Yeah, definitely. It's a shame that Ridley Scott. I was expecting his name actually when I was thinking when the things come up. I was like, maybe his name will pop up. But no, definitely go see it. And if you enjoyed the film, like, subscribe, and like always,
If you enjoyed the film, like and subscribe.
yeah, why not? You got to go see it anyway because we told you to. Recommendation. Anyway, till next time. See you later, guys.